Hello guys, welcome back to Konami On Air. We're broadcasting live from the Konami booth at Gamescom 2012 here in Cologne, Germany. My name is Thomas, and with me today is my great friend and colleague Juan. He's our social media expert. So how are things going there? People keeping you busy on Facebook and Twitter?
They won't shut up about it. I mean, it's awesome. It's Pro Evolution Soccer. It's what the fans want to see, and we've got some great questions coming in. And I want to give a big shout out to Pestianity, who actually came down to the show and said hi with us, and he got a very cool t-shirt. I'm so jealous about it. But we're getting some pretty good questions, and we're hoping to get them all answered on the show. So,
all right, we'll try our best.
Yeah.
During today's PES show, we want to specifically talk about the new trailer that has been put together to be shown here at Gamescom 2012, and therefore I would like to welcome our special guest today. This is PES team leader Jon Murphy from the UK. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay.
Well, that's great. When did you get here?
We've got a USK rating, so I'm okay. That's all I'm saying. I need a beer, actually. But
all right. Well, that's great. We'll get to that later. So when did you get here? Just today, or?
No. I got in yesterday at lunchtime, I think. I've just come back from Japan, so it's a bit of a blur to me.
I know. I guess you guys are really working under high pressure these days, aren't you?
Yeah. Some people don't think I am, but yeah, I think I am.
Well, you're the boss. You're probably taking it easy, right?
Yeah, I wish.
All right, Jonathan, before we specifically talk about the trailer, maybe you can give us a brief introduction on Pro Evolution Soccer in general. So why is this such a great sports simulation? What is it that people really like so much about it?
It's difficult to sum up in a few words, actually, because we've done a lot of work on loads of different areas. If I had to try and sum it up really quickly, I would just say that it's for me, it's our finest moment since the PS2 days, I would have said. The amount of freedom that we now have, combined with the quality of gameplay, makes this a PES really to be proud of.
So what is the basic idea behind the Gamescom trailer?
Well, we've, as you know, we've released various trailers en route to Gamescom, and for us, Gamescom, we wanted people to get more of a sense of what it's like to play an almost finished version of the game. So as you know, we released a demo quite recently. We've got another version here at Gamescom, and it takes the product a stage further in terms of the balancing and the AI, etc. So what we wanted to do with this trailer really was trying to reflect a really emotional game of football, but show how individual improvements within the game go to make up what it is to be PES this year. So you see moments of player ID, you see the the proactive AI in motion, you see all the elements that we've been talking about up to this stage. But hopefully in the trailer you'll get a sense of how that all comes together in one really emotional, kind of high intensity, exciting game of football.
Great, sounds very good. Well, before we continue talking, there's something from Juan.
I want to remind the fans that any question you have, just send a tweet to official PES, or just send a comment on our official PlayStation, Pro Evolution Soccer Facebook website, and we'll try to answer it for you guys. So,
all right, do that. And before we continue talking about the new trailer, let's have a look at this great new video. Here it is.
Cross. C'est magnifique, c'est exceptionnel. Un gol incredibile. Ribery. Oh, der ist drin. Ein absoluter Geniestreich.
So that's the new official trailer put together for Gamescom 2012. How is this trailer different from the previous one shown at E3 in LA?
Well, as I said, we've tried to make the narrative different, but obviously the code that we've used is several stages further, much further on, in fact, since we showed it at E3. So you get to see a better idea of what player ID means on the pitch. You're seeing some additional players included in that. You're seeing more finished animations. What we've also been working on is things like the proactive AI, which, you know, that work will continue right up until release. Ball physics. So there's a number of differences in the code as we go along, and this, I think the trailer we're looking at now was taken around the time of the first demo. So we'll continue to show stuff that as the game develops.
Generally speaking, how important are trailers nowadays when trying to establish a new game, like now with Pro Evolution Soccer 2013?
Well, they're enormously important. I mean, we're doing our best to try and change slightly with the times, I think, at Konami. We're realizing how they need to be impactful. For me, the key word's emotional. You know, we need to find ways to make our trailers more emotional, to resonate better with our fans. Because it's a crowded marketplace out there. You know, we're not just fighting for people's times in the, you know, in the game sphere. You know, it's any kind of entertainment. We've got to be up there, you know, playing with, you know, the people who are releasing big Hollywood trailers as well. I mean, I'm not saying that we've got there yet, but that's how important they are now.
And of course, not just the trailer, but also the game is being continuously developed. And so the demo that we're playing here at Gamescom is already different from the one that was released on the 25th of July.
Yeah.
So maybe we could have a look at a little AI versus AI match, and maybe you could just elaborate a little bit on the new tweaks and changes that you've integrated into the game or into the new demo. All right, it should just come any second. But you can already go ahead. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Although most of the animations were in place slightly before this, the main changes around this time and moving into release are tweaking the gameplay to make it better balanced. Also tweaking the way that the teams themselves play, not just the individuals, but the AI, the collective AI of the teams and the way they differ from team to team. You'll also probably notice things like the physics of the ball have been improved. That will continue. You saw there the goalkeeper making a save. We'll continue to work on goalkeepers. We're continuing to work on the AI of the referees to make the decisions better. So I guess at this stage, it's the stuff that's not all that easy to see, but the sort of stuff that you should feel quite quickly when you pick it up.
Pro Evolution Soccer really is all about realism, you know, and it's gotten quite sophisticated, actually, you know, all the settings and everything that you can arrange. So how difficult is it for a player new to the game to get into it?
Well, I mean, we've recognized, actually, in the past couple of years, we've always had a reputation, probably rightly, for being like an expert product. And actually, we're pushing that even further year by year. So we've recognized that we've got to do something to not just actually help new players in, but really to try and do a better job of taking experienced players through our key improvements so they get more out of the game. We're doing that by, there's two main focuses. One is by making the way that the controller, the way that you use the controller, simplifying that, cutting down the number of buttons that you need to press, trying to make it more intuitive, trying to group certain activities in a kind of concise way map them properly onto the controller, I guess you'd say. And then there's the performance challenge training mode that we have, which will take you through really hold your hand, take you through the really easy stuff and develop into the more difficult to master stuff. Because as you say, there's a lot in there. I mean, within the options, you can still switch things on and off. So, for example, if you want to start learning about the fully manual shooting, to start with, you can have it so that you only operate that at certain times. And then when you feel really proficient, when you're confident, you can go into the options, switch it so that every shot you make is going to be a manual shot. So we do it with the ability to change options. And what we'll aim to do at Konami is, through our social channels, is release videos after launch, you know, giving people a helping hand through some of the more complicated aspects of the game.
All right, great. Well, talking about social channels, do you have any questions for Jon, Juan?
Yeah, well, we have quite a few for today. I mean, since we're talking about trailers, the fans have noticed that there has been like a sort of evolution going from the first trailer we first saw until the one that's released today. Is there anything you would like to add to that on how you're moving forward on the trailer section?
The way that we make trailers these days.
It's more like the stories behind the trailer. They seem to get much more personal and like showing real life matches, copies, and.
I think we took this year. I think we we tried to take a more complete view of videos for the first time, and we tried to have you know, a strategy behind the way we presented each video, and to try and give a narrative to each video. So I think you could see that intention right from the start when we released our first Cristiano Ronaldo teaser video. Yeah. You know, when you saw him coming down the pitch and getting himself ready to play. I think right from the start of the year you could see we now have key points where we want to be releasing quite emotional videos, and then in between that we're obviously doing our best to back up our announcements about improvements to the game with very functional videos that hopefully will you know, get people understanding exactly what those key features are and how they affect the gameplay.
Yeah. And well, I have to say that I'm loving the t-shirt, and since we're talking about what the fans want, what the fans always want is free loot. Can they expect a special surprise when they come visit us? Because I've heard something about avatars.
They can't get one of these. You'll see there, this is a strictly limited edition Jon Murphy t-shirt. But I believe that going round the stand, there's some people giving out T-shirts, maybe to people who are playing. I think there's also some cards you can pick up. Yeah. Some vouchers. Type the codes in, and you get avatar items as well.
Oh,
almost as good as this.
No, it's never going to be as good as this.
I thought I had some on me, but yeah.
Then we have a very big question from the South American community, especially, and they're going to kill me if I don't ask it. Will we be expecting a PlayStation 2 and PSP release again this year for Pro Evolution Soccer 2013?
We're still continuing to support those formats.
Awesome.
Don't worry
stuff.
about that.
And the question that had to come: when will can they expect a second demo soon, and what changes will that be compared to like the final game?
The demo will come really soon. That's all I can say. The announcement about the demo will come really, really soon. It's all the things that I've been mentioning about the stages of the code development and what we've been working on in terms of AI, in terms of game balance, some stuff to do with controls. We also had some feedback about the audio quality within the game, so I believe that we'll be working on that right up until release as well. You should, from this second demo, you should get a much clearer picture of, you know, what it's going to be like to play, you know, game after game of PES.
That's great.
You're going to be able to get into it much more. But I would say that it won't be the final, you know, example of what the gameplay will be like. That will be developed right up until release. So you'll have to really to know exactly what the game is going to be like. I'm afraid you're going to have to go out and get it.
And the last question, and I'll let you go. We just had a tweet a couple of minutes ago asking about if you could give us a bit more info on what offline and online modes we can actually be expecting on the new game, or?
Yeah, briefly, because there's a lot. the offline modes, we've been working on the football life, aspects of football life. So there'll be a number of things that are applicable through various modes that are in football life. Things like changes to the contracts, about the way that you train players.
Yeah, the training mode.
Various things like that. We're also working on Master League Online changes. So there's a number of things within those current modes that we're working on. That frankly there's far too much for me to go into right now. The online, mainly the changes to the modes of Master League Online. The additional online stuff that we're doing is we're building on the My PES application. So there'll be much more in the way of stats, and I think you'll be able to compare your stats against a friend's stats more easily.
Yeah, so we can get ready for some great grudges between players.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, as people probably already know, we've got a community mode, and there's also a widget that goes into the game. And that widget allows you to communicate more effectively online or offline, immediately play matches with people. It's constantly there, sat there, so it's a very useful tool. So that's kind of most of the stuff.
Okay, well, I won't take any more.
That question was properly answered.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Well, sounds good. Well, thanks a lot, Jon, for being here today. We really appreciate your time. And the good thing is that we're seeing tomorrow again on our PES show, and then we're going to talk about a specific feature, which will be PES Full Control. So I really can't wait to hear all the details on that.
I look forward to it.
All right, thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you.
So you guys, please don't forget to check on our website. This is konami-onair.com for more information. And we'd be very happy to see you back at 6 o'clock European time to our Best of Day 1 at Gamescom 2012 show. Thanks a lot for joining, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.